The children are out, so today I'm going to show you what I'm putting in their stockings. I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old and an 18-month-old, so there's going to be things across all those age ranges. They are all boys, but there's lots of things that I think are very unisex, so if you've got girls, hopefully there'll be some good inspiration there for you too. If you've been watching my day in the life videos this December, you'll probably know that Otto is not very well at the moment, and the reason that I'm wearing this Santa hat is not to create a festive vibe for this video, although that's kind of working quite nicely. It's because my hair is a bit of a state because I've been busy dealing with a poorly baby, and I'm not quite sure why I told you that, because I do think that I'm pulling it off quite well. I'm going to show you what I've bought for my children, and at the end of this video I'm also going to tell you a few of my tips for being organised with buying things for the stockings, because there have been so many years when I've not been organised and I've kind of just bought things at random, forgotten what I've bought for who, and ended up with quite unbalanced stockings and then needed to rush out last minute and buy a few more things. This year I've been a little bit more organised, so if you get to the end of this video I'm going to talk a bit about that and how to kind of buy things with a bit of a plan. Right, so let's get on with it. The first thing that I've got are these washi tapes. My children are obsessed with washi tape. If you don't know what it is, it's the sort of just like craft tape that comes in different patterns and colours. It's a bit like sellotape but a bit more funky. So I've got this metallic rainbow coloured one, and this one which is quite cool. It's quite thick, but if you can see there, it's like road. So they can kind of put that down on paper, and there's also a train track there, I think, and kind of create like a traffic sort of craft thing, which I thought was pretty cool. My eldest is really obsessed with football at the moment, so I've got a lot of football things for him. The first thing being this t-shirt that I got from Amazon actually, and it says eat, sleep, football, repeat, and I just saw that and thought of him. He's actually so easy to buy for because he has really focused interests, so I never have an issue having ideas for him. There's always so many things that we could get for him. He's now reading chapter books, so I did quite a bit of research into books about football that would be interesting, and I came up with these two. This one is called The Football Boy Wonder, and that's like a novel, a storybook for children, which is really highly rated on Amazon. And then there's this one which is called Football School, and it's kind of fun facts about football and the rules of football, and I thought he'd really like that because he quite likes books with a factual vibe. The next thing is for our youngest, who's 18 months old, and it is this Thomas telephone. It's really actually quite difficult to come up with things for him because he doesn't understand the concept, so it kind of feels a bit pointless, but because we've got older children we kind of need to keep up the facade and fill his stocking too. So he hasn't got many things. This is kind of one of the only fun things in there, and I think we're just going to fill the rest of it with like snacks and things because that's one of his main hobbies at the moment, eating. My older boys asked for magazines, so for the 4-year-old I've got Paw Patrol magazine, which comes with this kind of fun watch toy, and for my 7-year-old I got Lego Star Wars magazine, which is a firm favourite for him. The next thing I think is going to be for my 7-year-old, because I think my 4-year-old would get a little bit bored of this quite quickly. It is this giant colouring map. This one is an atlas of the world. I'll just show you the back so you can see. There were all different types. There was a London one, different cities, but I thought this one looked the most fun, and I could see him really kind of getting involved with that and wanting to finish it all. Another thing for my eldest is this Crystal Palace mini kit, which was on his letter to Father Christmas, so we had to get something from the letter to Father Christmas, and this was it. I think you can stick it in a window in your car. I think he kind of wants to take it apart and put it on one of his little cuddly toys. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that, but we'll see when we open it. Another thing for our toddler is this set of bath toys, which are kind of Christmassy shapes. There's like a snowman in there, a candy cane, a Father Christmas, and this came from Dunelm, and it's just a little thing just because it's really hard to think of inspiration for an 18-month-old that's not just going to be wasting money. But bath toys is always something that we need because a lot of them go old and mouldy after a while, so we're always looking to replenish the stock, so I just thought that was quite a sweet little thing to put in his stocking. Now every single other item that I've bought for their stockings comes from one shop, which is a really great place to go for stocking fillers, and that shop is Hema. We have one locally to us, but I didn't have time to go to the shops, so I ordered it all online and they did quick delivery, so that was all really easy. So we got this dinosaur magnet set. Well, our fridge is just full of magnets and fun things for the kids, so I thought they'd really enjoy these. I also got these stencil sets, so one is sea animals and one is land animals. The boys have quite a big stamp collection, so I got them this little set of extra stamps. They're kind of glittery Christmas colours. You can see the gold there, and I think there's a red and a green, which for some reason you can't see, it's covered up. So that will just be a really good thing for their existing stamp collection. And also on the stamp theme for my 4-year-old, we got this superhero stamp set, which I know he will absolutely love. So this is slightly random. It is a kazoo game. So inside you get 4 kazoos and some other things there. It doesn't actually specify what the game is. I bought it just because I know the boys really love kazoos, so I'm tempted to kind of take the kazoos out and not kind of package it in this game element, because I'm not sure if they'll like the game. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But if you know the kazoo game and how it works, please comment below and let me know what the game's actually about, so that I can decide whether to keep it like this or just to give them the kazoos on their own. We got a set of glitter pens. The boys are really into their kind of fun pens, so they're going to really love these. My littlest has got this little toy plane roll along car. They had loads of like wooden toys like this, and it was something like £1.25, so I thought that would just be another good thing just to bulk out his stocking, because he's not getting very much. Poor neglected third child. To be honest, he really doesn't need to have like a full-blown stocking until he's old enough to realise what it's all about, so I'm just gonna save some money in these interim years until we get there. Also got these fun wind-up toys. We've got a white tiger, a frog, and a monkey, and then also these little rings which are quite cool. So this one is a shark and this one is a dinosaur. And that literally is everything that we're putting in their stockings. The only thing that we have left to buy is like some Christmas chocolates, like maybe you know, one of those like hollow Santas or something fun like that. And then that's it. I've tried really hard to just kind of buy just a few select things this time. They don't need a lot, and it is really tempting to kind of overspend and buy more things as you see them. But I really tried to go into it this year with a plan from the offset. So what I did, which really helped me to stop overspending, was right before I bought anything, I wrote lists. I had a list for Arlo, a list for Rory, and a list for Otto, and I would just jot down ideas of what I wanted to put in each and kind of form a plan before I actually looked at any shops, because I know what I'm like, and I know that I tend to just buy as I go along and as I see things, and that tends to be quite a chaotic plan for me. There will be things that I've bought back in November that I've then forgotten about and that end up not even getting in their stockings because I've just left them in a dark corner of the house somewhere. And also when I've done it that way, I've also found that their stockings have sometimes ended up quite unbalanced. As I said earlier, Arlo, my 7-year-old, is very, very easy to buy for. I see so many things and I think Arlo would love that. He's got very specific interests, and it's just very easy to find things for him, whereas Rory is a bit more of an all-rounder. He likes a lot of things, so it's harder to think of a plan for him. And a lot of the time, if I don't write these lists, I end up with an unbalanced stocking with one person who's got more things or one person who's got bigger things, and they're at an age these days where they will look at the contents of their stocking and they will compare. So I feel like a lot of responsibility to make sure that I've done it the right way. So yeah, lists are really, really key to good stocking planning. And when I had a firm idea for one child, I'd just make sure that I had something of equivalent size or sort of theme for another child, so that it was all balanced and nicely even. I also find it quite overwhelming when you're online browsing and all of the online stores have stocking filler sections, and it's quite easy to just kind of keep looking, filling your basket without really thinking about what you're buying, and you're going more on price rather than quality or what your child might actually like. So I found sitting down and just planning out these lists before I even looked at any stocking filler sections of websites, or before I even stepped into any shops and purchased something for a stocking, really helped me to get like a good firm plan for what I was buying and to make sure that I did not overspend. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it maybe gave you some inspiration. I know it's quite late in the game now in December, but if you're like me, you've probably got a few things that you still need to buy, so hopefully this gave you some inspiration. Please leave me a comment if you've got any really great tips for kind of being organised with your stocking planning and present buying, and I hope you all have really lovely Christmases. Bye!